Hi, this is Andrew Bridgewater, Chartered Psychologist at thementalhealthcoach.net with episode 42 of the Mood and Food podcast. And in this special episode, I'm going to do a book review with a difference. It isn't just a typical book review. I actually put the information contained in this wonderful book into practical use between 2006 and 2008, and the impact on my depression and anxiety has been life-changing. And that's what I want to share with you through the book review. Now, it does come with a health warning. This is my story, not my advice to you. So if you're currently taking antidepressant or anti-anxiety medication or any other medication for mental health symptoms, please do take the advice of the practitioner who prescribed that medication before you come off or change your dose. So it's a very important health warning. But as I say, this is my story of a book called The Natural Way to Beat Depression, which is by Professor Basant Puri and Hilary. Now, Professor Puri is a leader in the field of brain science at Cambridge, very eminent in his field. But if you Google or you search this book on Amazon, you'll actually find some negative reviews from people who didn't experience transformation with this approach. And I think that's almost inevitable. This isn't one size fits all. When you go to the doctor and they prescribe antidepressant medication, as the doctor said to me, if this one doesn't work, come back in 3 weeks and we'll try another. I'm afraid it's not an exact science, whatever else might be out there to the contrary. And therefore, what works for one person won't always work in exactly the same way for another, which is why I'm saying this is my story, not my advice to you. The central premise of the book is that there is a substance called EPA, and the long form of that is eicosapentaenoic acid. It's a very long word. We'll call it EPA for short. It's essentially omega-3 fatty acids, which are found in oily fish, for example. And the problem is that the typical Western diet and lifestyle have compromised our ability to make our own EPA. So things like stress hormones, nicotine, alcohol, trans fats, vitamin and mineral deficiencies all compound to cause problems with our EPA manufacturing, if you like. And so we have to supplement with it, ideally through food and possibly also through an additional supplement, which I take still every day. I take a fish oil supplement called Vegipar, which I get from iGenis, who are the sponsors of this show. Now, I took this book to my outpatient psychiatrist in 2006 when I was on high doses of antidepressants and antipsychotic medications. And basically, he said, don't believe any of that stuff. Keep taking the tablets, i.e. the pharmaceuticals. And I had no choice but to do that. But what I decided to do was supplement my pharmaceutical drugs with EPA, as suggested in the book, The Natural Way to Beat Depression. And I'm convinced that it was that increased my well-being, created some space in my life to be able to then address the underlying causes of my depression and anxiety. Because as I said before, all that medication can do is mask the symptoms. You're still left to deal with the underlying causes. And for me, that was a different approach to psychology, looking at how I was creating my experience of life, which I've come to see very clearly through the work of Eckhart Tolle and through the 3 principles of Sydney Banks, which I've referenced in my free course, 7 Steps to Natural Stress Relief, quite widely. And therefore, it's a two-pronged approach. You can take the EPA, either if you're on medication already in addition to the medication, or you can take EPA as a preventative very healthily. And there's some really great recipes for oily fish in the book, The Natural Way to Beat Depression. And get hold of this if you're somebody who's struggling with anxiety and depression, where the mainstream doesn't seem to have provided you with the support you need. And look into it. And as I say, it's not contravening anything that you may have been told. You can do it in addition to what you may already be taking. And it's been life-changing for me. I can't tell you how important buying this book was. And as I say, it was rejected by the psychiatrist that I took it to, said, don't believe in that stuff. So you will see some mixed reviews. Please read past those. If you can get hold of a copy of the book, do yourself a big favour and read it. And most importantly, put the information into practice in your life. As I say, this is my story, not my advice, but I wish you every success and I'll look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.